You heard?
I always see that. That's one thing I admire about you, man.
Yep.
You keep it moving.
Yeah, so we're out here in Vallejo, California.
Where you drive up from?
We came from
Y'all the
Lompoc.
Lompoc.
We came from
Lompoc.
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 We were gonna come up here and he said call it Vallejo if you call it Lompoc.
Yeah, it is Vallejo.
It is Vallejo. Yeah, it is.
Vallejo.
Yeah. So we come from Lompoc, California, the 805. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry, no,
You're good. You're
I
good.
was going to cut the little light on back.
No, you fine. You fine.
So normally this show we've done mainly people in our area, but I'm more than welcome to go out and especially people super interesting like yourself.
Wow.
And so this is our first episode outside of the 805.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, so originally at first before we knew to come right here to the compound, we had pulled up to your pad where you do everything right there, bro. I see your videos. You got the stage going right there.
Yeah.
That's where you guys basically you started, right? That's your home pad. So like. Was that the idea from the jump to be like, we're going to do everything right here from the house or like, how did that all come
no,
about?
that's just how it ended up working out, you know, because we didn't have no resources or no labels or no infrastructure out here. All I had was the crib. So it was like, we're going to use what we got. And we use every part of that crib from my bedroom to the hallway. If you go look at my YouTube, you'll see videos in the house, outside the house, in front of the house, on the side of the house. Every part of that house we used.
Yeah. So like when you're doing all these, your shows and everything right there, you make the fans seem like they're a part of everything. Like they're more than just fans, you know, like your shows are very close together right there. All the people, everything's like offer based on all your merch.
Yeah.
I seen the other day you were calling people after they.
Yeah.
What made you want to start doing that? Did you have like an artist from back in the day like showed you some love, or did you have an artist?
Hell nah.
To give you a cold shoulder? Or what?
Hell nah. My whole career, like the level of independence that I've been championed for is really all that I know. I never went any other way. When I first started, I was burning CDs with my pops and giving them hand to hand, passing them at the gas station. When I first started doing merch, I didn't have no Shopify or nothing. You had to pull up to my crib and get it. My first tickets for shows, I ain't had no website. You had to pull up to the crib and get it. So what I do now is all I've ever really known. You feel me? So me touching the people and being direct and letting them be close and come to the crib is like, I didn't know no other way. And now it's like a revolutionary thing. It's like, man, that's how you're supposed to do it. But this is all I knew. There was no other way for me. I didn't have a deep love for the internet. It didn't feel real to me back then. And still today, it still doesn't. You know, I've learned how to master it. But when I was starting, it was like the internet was an extra thing. But for real, it was like, what you doing in real life? You got to sell tickets in real life. I wouldn't care if I had fans online, but I didn't have nobody at my show. That didn't make sense to me.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like going back to how your fans and like at your shows, I see you bring fans up to dance, and you even let them take the mic and speak. Like what made you think this person has something good to say? You know, like what?
All of that is just in the flow. I really just be in the flow. And, you know, I'm always looking out. My show, we don't have a set, right? So whatever energy exists in the space that day, that's where we go. Like somebody could say, do this song, and I'll go there. Somebody could ask me a question, and I'll go there. There's no structure to it. So I really rely on the crowd and the fans to allow me to get into my zone. So they have to be a part of the show, because otherwise there's no show. I'll just be up there rehearsing.
You're intentionally connecting with your audience when you do that. I think that's what has really set you apart from so many people. I notice it when I watch your shows. You know how you're saying you're asking them and they're giving it to you. I think that environment that you've breeded. I know that you've done it organically, but watching it from the outside, it looks like you've done this, you know, intentionally. Like, you know what I mean? Like it looks like my boy's back there writing this plan down. Like I'm gonna
not
do
at
this.
all.
And you know, also on your path doing this, what type of books or anything like that have you read? I've also seen you talk that you've read a lot. And what have you read that you feel helped you transition your mind to really get into this game and step forward into the steps that you needed to take that have brought you to where you're at?
Different things, right? There's life books that really helped me, and then there's like business books that really helped me. And on the business side, Ari Herstand's The New Music Business, Don Passman's book, Music Business 101, Ty's book, Culture Playbook, and then on the life side, tons, Inner Engineering and Karma and One Drop at a Time. I just, the life books is really what got me here. The business books is what allowed me to get some insight, but the life books is what allowed me to apply all of that information properly.
Right on. Yeah, no, I can definitely see it in your environment and everything. And the way that you're applying it, it's very obvious that you're using you're using the knowledge that you're given. They say knowledge is power, but that's not true. Applied knowledge is power.
Come on.
And you're applying it, and I mean, that's what got us out here is the way that you're applying it is so organic and, it's so natural and you're killing it. And did you ever see yourself, like even, I know you said it started like this because it's all you had, but did you ever see it like before it started like, nah, I'm right here out of the house is how it's going to grow? Or did you have different visions and it kind of, just came out the way it came out?
No, I really had to do it to see it. Like, I felt confident enough in my skill. I knew that I was a good rapper. I've been rapping forever, but I didn't see none of this until I started doing it. And that's like, my confidence really comes from my competence. It comes from me getting in there and doing the work. So none of this was even anything I could vision. Like, how could you? You feel me? I'm a little black kid from Vallejo. I've never seen it. How could you? You can't even have this vision because it's so whimsical. It's Walt thinking of Disneyland. It's nigga, what you talking about?
You're exactly
you feel me?
right.
But as I start doing things, and when I start, hey, I'm gonna release an album, and now I hear people playing it. Okay, let me release another album. I'm gonna throw a show. I sold a ticket. I'm gonna throw 2 more shows. You feel me? Let me make some merch. I sold a t-shirt. I'm finna make hoodies now. Like, I had to do it for me to believe that it was possible.
Yeah, and doing that, like how you say, you're doing something and then you see more things possible, and at the rate you're going, you just keep going and going. And like, what was one of the first things that happened for you where you'd be like, man, like the sky's the limit. Like there's nothing you can't really do if you don't put your mind to it.
I released my first album, and me and my pops used to pass them out to anybody who if we're here, if we seen somebody pull up slapping Tupac, we like, hey, you like Tupac? Listen to this real quick. Anything we felt close to us, to what we were doing, we'd give it to him. And it was Field Effect at the time. And he gave it to the UPS driver one time. So I come home from work one day, I'm in the garage rehearsing. UPS driver pull up. He like, what the hell is this you gave me? I'm like, what you talking about? He like, man, your pops gave me some shit. And just his energy about it, and he's older. He was older cat, but he seen me grow up, And he was like, bro, I haven't heard hip hop like this in a minute. Like, this is what I love. And it gave me enough energy to be like, let me hold on, I might got something. And I decided to throw a show. And before the show, I was really nervous because I never performed live before, like little high school stuff, but never performed live. And I got a bunch of equipment. I started rehearsing every single day after work until the show. But one day I decided to take mushrooms for my first time. I was like, I'm finna just take shrooms. I'm gonna see if like it give me some information I need. Like, am I going on the right path? I take shrooms. I go to the park, and I hear the intro to my album. I'm like in the middle of the park, and I hear, I never break it down, only build you up. I'll be your best friend. Going up the street, and I'm thinking I'm tripping. I'm like, what? I look, it's a truck rolling by, playing the intro, blasting it. And I just start jumping. I'm like, like that's my song, that's my song. I start running to the truck. Boy, hit the look out, like it was such a beautiful moment because it was like, man, He don't even know who I am. Like, this is probably somebody I just, hey, just CD. They have no clue. We just gave it a shot. But just hearing it in the world, not from me, not from my homies, not from someone who don't know me, who just drove past, hearing it in the world was like, wow, I did it. I felt like I made it right at that point. And that was enough for me to just, all right, if I can get one, I can get 100. If I can get 100, I can get 1,000. I can get 1,000, I can get 1,000,000. I can get 1,000,000, I can get 1,000,000,000. You feel me? Like that compounding don't ever stop for me.
So I've heard you talk before about how, like, in the beginning, you know, everybody starts from zero, right? And your first videos, I've seen one of your clips where you're talking about, you know, you can't get mad at 100 views when back in the day you'd have one view, you'd check it a week later and it's still at that one view.
Oh God.
Yeah. So like, how was it like during those early days when it's like it's kind of tough on you? Like, man, I don't know. Like, was it your team or like how did people sort of power you through some of those tough days, if you had any?
You know, it was crazy. I didn't start feeling down and doubtful about my journey until I got active on the internet. Because I started seeing so many people make it, I felt like I wasn't making it. Or I'll see someone go viral and I felt like I was behind. Before that, I thought one view was fire. I thought 10 was fire. I was like, 10 people watch my shit? But you know, like if you walk outside and there's 10 niggas in your yard, you like, what's going on?
Bumping you,
feel
you know
me?
what I mean?
And I thought that was really cool until I got on the internet and I start seeing other people be more successful than me. And it made me feel like I was behind, you know, like I was a late bloomer even in my career. I didn't really make it to where people really know who I am till I was like 28. I'm 31 right now. I'm turning 32 and I'm like at the highest of my journey in my 30s. Niggas, I thought I was gonna make it as a teenager coming out of high school, you know? So to go another decade without being successful and having to look around, that's when it started bothering me. And my team really did hold me down, but it was really like me. I had to convince myself every day that I'm making all the right decisions. All this money I'm spending is worth it. Going broke is worth it. Quitting my job is worth it because I'm going to be something and I'm going to be somebody and I'm really going to make it. You feel me? But it's tough when you get into social media early and you don't understand how someone that you may feel like you better than is having more success than you. You know, you really have to break that wall and know that their journey is separate. It has nothing to do with yours at all.
Right. So during that grind and how you said you were working and doing the same thing, when were you able to make that transition to being like, nah, I'm going full time with this? Like, were you ready for it or was it kind of scary at the beginning? Like, how was that?
2019. And of course it was scary. But I was really committed. I remember I woke up one morning and I was like, I'm finna quit today. I went in my job. I wrote my resignation letter, put it on my boss's desk. I went down to talk to my old supervisor. Shout out Tim Collum. He was my old supervisor. He was really, really great and encouraging for me. And I told him, I'm like, man, I'm finna go chase my dream. And just the look on his face of like, wow, like, a lot of people at that job, they start there and they'll work there 10, 20, 30 years. Their parents who work there, they'll retire there. That's what they know. So to see this little black kid be like, I'm going to go chase my dreams, it's like a wow, you know. And he gave me his last words and hugs and was like, go.
It's powerful.
You know, and it was really, really special. Like I felt, and there was some people at the job I told who was like, what do you mean? Like you're going to give away your 401k, you know, like your benefit. And it was so dope to see the difference in people who like can't see it for themselves. Like that don't make no sense. Like you're going to give up all of this security and comfort for the unknown. And then there's some people who are like, man, I wish I did this. Yeah, go. Yes. You feel me? So I was headstrong on like, I'm going to make it. And I told myself, if I don't make it and I don't succeed in this amount of time, I'm going to just go back to work. And on that journey, I had that moment where it's like, I got to fill out these applications, you know, and I got every job I applied for. I ended up getting an offer to get the job and I turned it down every time because it was just I just needed to know I could, you know, like I didn't really want a job. I just needed to know I always had the chance to if I did. And it was me just staying steady on like, I'm going to go some more. Let me do 100 more videos first. Like 100 was always like my number. I'm gonna do 100 visualizers. I'm gonna do 100 live sessions. I'm gonna do 100 freestyle. I'm gonna do 100 first, and then I'll decide if it didn't work or not. But if I don't do 100, I don't have the right to be like, I quit. I didn't make it. You didn't even try yet.
Yep.
That's a really good mindset to
I
have.
got a question on that subject. You know, talking about your old supervisor. Were there people that you can remember that believed in LaRussell before LaRussell believed in himself?
No. People believed in me because I believed in me so much.
All right.
It's not too many. Maybe high school, like, you know, my best friend Fonnie and some people in high school when like I wasn't even really trying to do it yet, but they like, man, you tight. But I don't think no one had more belief in me than me. Like I was really the caveat to people believing in me. I was so delusional and believed in myself that I could meet somebody who ain't know me and make you believe like he finna make it. You feel me? Like that's how deep it was for me. Like once I got to that point where this was like, this is what I want, it was no other option. You know, me and my pops used to sit in the kitchen. Like when I first quit my job, you know, we used to have conversations because all he knew was work. It's like, bro, you risking a lot. You feel me? But it's like I was really locked in on like, nah, I'm finna do it.
Your mind was made up. There was
I
no.
made my mind.
And there's a lot of power in that. Like that shouldn't be overlooked. Is that there was these obstacles and everything, but you were mentally strong. You were prepared. You knew that it wasn't going to be rough, and you made a decision. And I think that the decision that you made, it sounds like you carved it out in stone in your mind.
Come on.
I think that has a lot to do with it. You know, some people make decisions, but they ain't made the decision up
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds to me like you made this decision up here before it actually came out of your mouth. And
You're gonna make people believe
it shows. Yeah, exactly, and it shows in your work. And I mean, just meeting you now, I mean, you're a very spontaneous person. You know, I could see why you're saying that. You made other people believe in you. You know what I'm saying? It's because you're spontaneous. You know what I mean?
And driven. I mean, we showed up. She's like, "Oh, he wants to finish this song. He didn't want to leave yesterday."
And I
we're
thought
like,
that too.
I know
right.
we're supposed to go to the crib, but I'm like, bro, I gotta get this edit done. Like, I'm gonna show y'all before
That's
y'all
why I was
go.
like,
I'm gonna show y'all.
yeah.
That's why I was like, homeboy's just grinding 24/7, and that's another thing that really stood out to me is the way you, not only the way that you've done everything organically, but you're very wise with your time, and you stay close to home. You stay doing your things. I know you're still family oriented. You talk about that a lot, and you manage to fit all these things in and still do that. Talk about your schedule, how you work that. I know I've seen you say that you still take your daughter to school and you do things like that. And, you know, most entertainers and stuff, they feel that that stuff sucks you away from the family or whatnot. But I really admired the way that you've set yourself up and you try so hard to really orientate your family in that. And not only are you're sharing it with the world for us to see. You know what I mean? And I applaud you for that, because it's one thing to be a man raising, doing your family and things. It's another thing for you to broadcast it and to be vulnerable and to show yourself. You know what I mean? And is that something that you planned on, or is that something that you just said, hey, I'm just going to put that out there for the people?
I got to a point where like I've always documented my life and my journey in a real way. Like I feel like there's different forms of how people do this. Some people make content, right? And some people document what they do, and some of us do both. So like some artists, you only see music videos and things, like you don't see their life. You just see their content, right? Which is cool. But for me, I was doing so many things that I thought would be useful to the next generation or the next person doing it, that I had to share it because I didn't have the blueprint or the information. So when we was changing the yard, I was documenting, hey, this Chopper, this who helped me with this. Hey, this my homie. Hey, me and my mama made this. Hey, my daughter shot this video. I wanted to share it all because somebody else might see it and be like, damn, we could do that. Like when you show, sometimes when we shoot against Free Game, I remember somebody came here and they was like, man, we thought Free Game was like this huge set, but it's like when you show the backing of it, it makes it possible. Now it's like, oh, we see the finish, but this is also how easy it was to happen. My yard is a yard. I have like if you see my backyard before it is what it is today, it is the most traditional backyard you can buy. It's grass, dirt, cement. There's nothing special about it. It's the same yard that every house on my block has in the back of their crib. The difference is I seen something more for mine. And that's why we showcase the blueprint, because it's like we using what we have.
Yes.
We took I was in the garage rehearsing. Nigga, the same garage my neighbor got. It's the same garage. The only difference is I painted my wall yellow and I put a microphone in this motherfucker. It's the same garage. You feel me? And we taken that blueprint. Like when we was doing the Lil Jon album, the 100,000 campaign, we did live streams out my pop's garage because I was just like, let me go use my pop shit. I never use his. Washing machines in the back, beam on table. It's just a garage. We went viral out of there. I had so many clips. The Kyrie Irving. I'm talking to Kyrie Irving on the phone from my pop's garage.
I seen that.
Juvenile in your backyard.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I seen
This
that.
is my norm, but it showcases like anybody can do this if you use the shit you have.
Yeah.
You just gotta be willing to do it and grind.
Exactly.
You just gotta put all the effort in it. He's somebody that, shout out to T Mike. He's somebody that's really put that and instilled that into me, because I've done content since like 2018 behind the scenes for other people and never really got the recognition, and I wanted to give up on it. And he was like, Vic, use what you got. We'll get you a camera someday. We'll get you the good equipment. You got the visuals. You got the vision. He's like, we'll make it work. And it took so long for us to find this team. I've known these fools my whole life. We grew up together, but we didn't have this vision a long time ago. And to be able to have this vision now and to just push each other, be able to sit in the back seat while somebody else drives, give everybody their opportunity. Like, this is his show. We want to push his show as much as we can, because this is our boy. This is something that we believe in. We believe in him. We believe in his show. And I feel like so much of that is contagious. And I just want to shout you out because I feel like I got a lot of that from following you.
Yeah,
for
for
The
sure.
love that you put into your community, the love that you put into your people, bringing everybody to America's Got Talent with you.
That's
That's so
insane,
dope, man.
and, like, it's-
They
just
say
to see stuff like that, it's so
for sure.
inspiring because, we come from a little bit different demographic, but we're from a little small city. We're just these little ghetto kids that want something for our environment. We want something for our neighborhood. We want to bring that spotlight to our area because we've got nothing but shit. It's always Lompoc's the armpit of the Central Coast. Don't go to Lompoc, go through Lompoc. They say it in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's like, you don't go to Lompoc, you go through Lompoc.
Yeah.
And we just want to bring that light because we got so much talent. We have so much just love and people out there that want to share that I see you doing that, man, and I just want to try to emulate that as much as we can in our area.
Fire.
Yeah, and you showing like how you said, you showing us the blueprint and everything. Like,
Yeah, that's been
that's
big.
so inspirational to people just like us every day, and that's why I think people gravitate for it.
Yeah.
because a lot of people are afraid to take that first leap toward their dreams or whatever.
Of course.
I don't know if it's the lack of confidence or that first step is the hardest thing to take, and to keep the momentum. How hard was that for you when you first were like, I'm going to do this? And then even to keep the momentum, like you said, 100 videos, like you have to put out that first 100 before you even,
And I
know
want
that
to
this
add
for
to
you.
that, how many people fell off that didn't see the vision?
Man. It's crazy. A lot of people didn't fall off because they didn't see the vision. Because like I said, I'm really, really convincing and believing. But everyone's not willing to do how much it takes
that part.
to make it happen.
That part.
And sometimes people just fall off because it's like, you can't keep up, or this is no longer what I need. I need somebody who's willing to do more. Like some people, your mom pull up to the crib and she like, go get the groceries out the car. And you and your sisters, your brothers all go get groceries. Some of y'all grab one bag and take it, and some of just grab a juice. Some of us stack 4 waters on top and come in bags on the arm, and it's a difference. It's like what I'm willing to do to get this done is different than what you're willing to do. And sometimes you have to make that decision and decide, is this someone you need to separate from? Because if you hear you taking the space of somebody who's willing to put 10 bags on their arms and carry 4 water cases, you feel me, in exchange for your 1 bag. So it's actually slowing my progress down. So I've never had people fall off because they didn't believe. Everyone who came into my journey and helped me believed in what I was doing and knew that it was possible. Everyone just wasn't fit for you know, at one point they were, because things are like this. We didn't have a lot of groceries. It's like, I don't threw juices in the trunk. We all good.
Yeah.
But when it's 100 and it's like we got to feed the whole village, that changes things.
Yeah. So, how important is the team aspect? Like how we were saying, like how we mesh together so well, and that's how things have been working. Like how important is it to have a team like that, and how important is like your team? Like how we were talking with Tieta, and how like she's got a big role. Like I'm sure everybody's got their role and they play it right. Like how important is that to get
Vital. I have one of the greatest teams in the world, and I can say that confidently.
It shows,
And
brother.
we
It
built
shows.
one by one. It's like y'all got here and got in and set up and everything. Y'all ain't talk to me.
Yeah,
you feel
exactly.
me? I was able to do what I do. Yesterday, the video that I was like, I'm gonna wait till I come down, let me finish this. We just shot that yesterday. And we were supposed to do a 2-day shoot, but I was like, man, we're gonna get this shit in one.
Hell
Nobody
yeah.
complained. We water, dirt, nobody. I have the most incredible creatives and hardworking people in the fucking world around me, but we built this one by one, and everyone has seen the blueprint I laid. I'm willing to do everything. So everyone, if I ask you to carry a speaker, I'm gonna carry one too. If I ask you to set up a table, I set up one too. Whatever I request of you is something I'm willing to do myself. You feel me? So that's how you build and cultivate that. But my team is, and it's insane. Some days when we do shows, and like yesterday doing videos, I just stop for a minute and be like, damn, like we're moving like a fucking army to get something done. When we was doing that front of Bay run, every single school you seen us shoot, we shot those and dropped them the same day.
Oh, damn.
Every single one you seen was shot that day and
Wow.
released that day.
Wow.
This music video, it was shot yesterday. It's finna release today. I just, hey, get this, you feel me? Like that's how we moving though.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's that, and you know, I always tell these guys, you know, it just like any type of sport or anything, your team is you know, it's everything. You
Can't
know?
get a ring.
You just can't get it.
Can't get a ring without a team.
I say that all the time. The leader, you know, there's a reason why there's a coach in a team. You know what I mean? Like those things are vital, just like you were talking about. And I mean, it's very. That's why I was so excited to come over here and meet Tieta and people behind the scenes, is because I've always been a real big believer in that, you know, in the team aspect and leadership and things like that. And it's very visible when you know, especially you open it up, you know what I mean? You're showing people the blueprint, and you know, just the way you talk, you know, I can hear the leadership in your voice and the books. I can tell the knowledge is very doing you well. And the machine that you guys are running, man, I think that speaks volumes. You know, like you said, look, you shot it last night, you're going to release it already today. You know, not many cats out there just doing that. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, hats off to your team, man, and the way you guys are laying the blueprint down. I truly believe that you are laying your own path. You're, you know, another thing that always amazes me about you is you're from Vallejo. To me, this is like the mecca of independence. To me, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but to me, this is the mecca of independence. You got E40, Mac Dre, and now we got LaRussell. You know, and I put you up there with them because they've each came up in their own way, and so have you. And they have had their imprint and hand into the underground, you know, that we all know so well. And I think it's very safe to say everybody can see it. So do you. And I think yours is unique because you're so open to it, and you know, you're showing your life and your vulnerability. You know what I mean? And talk about that, how the little kid from Vallejo is now up on Mount Rushmore, you know, as being, you know, one of the biggest independents of all time. You know what I mean? You're definitely heading that way. I don't see nobody independently doing what you're doing and moving a machine the way that you're moving it. You know, and you know, I've seen it all the time. You grew up with listening to E40 and Mac Dre, and so did you ever look at the independence that they were doing and really soak that in, or is that what really thrived the independence on you, or you know?
Of course, you know, they made it be known it was possible, but one thing is like my shit bigger than independence. I've done things that majors haven't done. I sold an album for $15,000. I sold an album for $18,000. I sold an album for $20,000. You feel me? Like, I've done things beyond
You created a
independently.
whole
Like
new
we
lane,
ain't
yes.
seen niggas in the system do some of this
No,
shit.
that's
You
facts.
feel me?
That's facts.
You got
But
people
y-
buying royalties in your music too.
Yes. Yes.
It's a different game. Gold cards. Like I've had the
Completely
first
different.
artist subscription. We've probably this year alone we processed at least 500, 600, 700 gold card, maybe more. Tieta, how many gold card tickets you feel like we processed in a year for shows? Like at least 1,000 in a span of a year minimum. That's how many that's people who invested in me once and they got a lifetime of shows. We send 1,000 tickets a year just on gold cards. You feel me? Like it's shit bigger than Independence, but
Yeah, it is.
40 and Dre, like, you know, they really made it known. Like it was something that was like, oh, I could peep game. I could hear it in the song. This means something. Sir Charles, we went here for the distribute. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you hear the game and it's like, what is they talking about? And you could look into and dive deeper into it.
Yeah, and again, you know, like to see you do that on a take that to a higher level and to do that, man, it's amazing. And to come from the same city, it always makes me think that something's in the water out here because y'all truly
Something's in the water.
Something's in the water because y'all build it out here, man. You know, I just wanted to salute you for that.
Yeah. So you're independent. You signed with Rock Nation, but it was like you said a deal that you presented it to them. Like it's basically everything you still want to do. Of
course.
Still full independent, and you. How I was saying earlier, how you drop all your merch and everything offer based, even your album, like guys like Gary Vee and Kyrie Irving spending thousands of dollars on it. Like, where did that offer based idea come from?
It really came from the block. Like, that's something I take normal things and I brand them. When I grew up, offer based is just how niggas in the hood get down. Like, when I used to go buy weed, I ain't got dub today. Nigga, I got 10. I got fit. All right, give me the
$8.
15.
Yeah.
I got $8.
Yeah.
Nigga, give me the 8.
Yeah.
I ain't got, when I used to sell CDs and merch and tickets, I only got 25. Here, give me that. I'd rather have that than zero.
Yeah, it's
Like
better
that's
than nothing.
always been when I seen my pops hustle as a kid, I got 30. I'd rather have that than zero. You feel me? Like that's my life. Offer base is just, you know, we branded it and marketed it so it looks as if, but that's my life. That's what I grew up seeing and knowing. We trade and barter. That's how we get what we need to get. You ain't always got all of it, but I got some of it. You gonna walk away with zero or you gonna walk away with dub.
You're gonna get something. You pay
And
for.
beyond that, just accessibility. Like sometimes I feel like we're denied opportunity because we can't afford it, right?
Yeah.
And with shows, I feel like my live show is so priceless that I can't just turn you away because you can't afford it. You know? So if it's like, I only got $1 this time, I let niggas in with $1. I let niggas in with $5. But I set my price too. It's like, this is what I prefer to have, but I'm not gonna turn you away if you don't have it. I mean, sometimes I have to. It's like I can't accept all dollars. You know, it's like I worked hard for what I built. I deserve what I deserve too. But the thing is, with offer based, some people pay more, and that allows me to go, hey, let homie in for $1. Because I think you still deserve the experience, though it's out of your reach monetarily. You feel me? So offer base allowed me to just give more people access to what I was building than they would traditionally. You know, when we coming up, if you walk in Nike and the sweater costs 50 and you ain't got 50, you walking away with your hands empty. But with me, the sweater might cost 50, but you got 30, and I'm gonna let you walk away with a nice sweater and feel good about yourself.
That's what's up.
And there's so much depth behind that because now they're gonna go talk about it.
Yeah. Now you've just built
now
a
you
connection.
got a walking billboard. You got,
Bro,
you
and
got a marketing
every
piece right
dollar
there.
you lose on your price, you gain in marketing. So if I let you in my show for $1 when I was supposed to get 50, it's like, okay, I missed out on $49. But if you go tell 3 other people and they buy a ticket to the show, I made my money back. Sometimes you can't afford the ticket, but they get in and they like, man, I got some money for food. I'm gonna buy food. I'm buying. You know, you'll get it back in another way, but you gain it in marketing. And marketing is invaluable because y'all could come here today, go back to Lompoc, and tell every nigga there, like, bro, go interview LaRussell. This what we paid. He might charge you a little more, a little less. And if I get 10 interviews, then it all made sense. You feel me? Marketing has no value on it. So no matter how much money I miss, I gain. As long as you alive, you going to have something good to say about me. And maybe I'll go throw a show out there. And now it's 300 people outside because I decided to lend myself. You feel me?
So we get you 10 interviews from Lompoc. You'll come out to the city and do
For
that?
sure.
Nah.
I would. That show is demand. I go where the demand is.
All right.
Yeah, that right there creates lifelong fans. You know, even when you give them a call afterward, hey, thank you for buying the sweater or whatever. You know, and just the way you are, like we're gonna leave here and be like, LaRussell's the homie. He's cool. You know, he's
That's
shit,
exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
when
God.
I ran my homeboy's social media, I would tell him like, because he'd be like, you're posting my, because he has a really badass car. And he's like, you're posting my car too much. People are telling me they're tired of seeing my car. I'm like, how many people telling you they're tired of seeing your car? He's like, 100, 150. I'm like, you know how many millions of people are on Instagram? We're going to keep posting your car. We got millions of more people that need to talk about that damn thing.
If you can get 100 people tired of your shit, that means thousands seen it.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when we was pushing out front of Bay, I used to see comments and people be like, man, this song played out. And I love when people said that because it's like, damn, if it's played out, that means you played it too much. Nigga, if you tired of hearing it, that means you hearing it a lot. Great job. You feel me? Like it's an honor to have something played out or somebody be tired of your art and your work. Let them leave. Somebody new is okay with it. You feel me? Now when I perform that song, they rap it word for word. But to him, it's played out.
Yeah.
Which one you want?
Happy birthday is played out, but we sing it at every single birthday.
Oh God.
Yeah, and there's somebody out there who hasn't heard it yet. You know.
Always.
So, when you post, always like you post constantly, and you'll do like the daily jams and like things like that. You're so positive, and so like sometimes I'll be having a whatever day, and then I'll see one of your posts, and I'm like, man, let's get it today. You know, like have you always been like that?
Hell nah. Hell nah. Man, that's life. And through time and through reading and through learning and through having great friends and meeting great people who was able to like show me a different version of myself that was possible and that existed. But growing up, no. It's like I've always been like, you know, I've always had like a smile and an infectious energy, but I didn't feel confident enough in myself to fully be myself. Like I didn't know who I was. I had a lot of different influence, cousins and homies and my uncles, and hey, they this way and this way, you know. It's like you really finding yourself until you get to a point where you're like, oh, this is who I am, this is how I am, this is what I prefer to be. And learning that you could reshape that. Like you could wake up every day and be who you decide you want to be that day and whatever path feels best, you know. And as I start growing and reading more and learning about life and like meeting people who cared about me in a different way, it really opened me up to like, bro, I ain't got a mug. I ain't got to walk around with a frown. I ain't got to walk around with this gun on me. I ain't got to, it's so much shit that I don't have to do because that's not the life I choose for myself. That's not what I want.
Yeah. So I mean, and obviously, like you're human. You know, you're gonna have some of those days where it's tough. Is that where you're like your team kind of comes through and they're like, hey, like kind of bring you out some of those tough times?
Sometimes, and sometimes you just got to go through it. You know, with me, I'm the only person that could really change my mood and how I'm feeling. You know, I have a great team, but I'm the only nigga who could change my spirit and how I feel about life. That no one can do that for you. It don't matter how many great people you have around you. If every day you choosing to be miserable, like when I'm choosing to be miserable and I'm just in one of them states, it ain't nothing niggas could do. They can come smile and say hello and hug me, and that's what I chose.
It's a
you
choice.
Feel me? Yeah, that's my choice.
So, this you guys' team, everything you guys got, like you're full steam ahead doing all this. And is there some things like coming in the near future that you can maybe speak on that you have, like you're excited for? I know you guys are still doing the America's Got Talent and all that.
Yep.
You guys made it to the live show, correct?
Yep. We in there.
I just saw that, man.
We in there.
Yeah, I saw that. That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I'm not too keen on how everything is. That like what is it that's in the end for that if you win or what's
I
going
think
on?
the grand prize is $1 million.
For America's Got Talent? Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah.
And is that the finals and everything coming up or?
Yeah. We gotta go do the live rounds and then the semis and then finals if you make it through. So we go do that at the end of August.
And then so you bring when you go and do that show, you're bringing out kids from Vallejo and stuff. They're
From the Bay.
from the Bay. Oh, just
yeah.
from
Also,
all
they're not
Bay.
just from your town.
We from all over the Bay Area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how'd you make that selection of the kids, or where'd you? Select
Because
them from?
I've used everyone around me. I've used like through music videos and see outside, and the ones like I'll do open calls sometimes. Like, hey, I need dancers, I need little homies, and they come. And the ones that I love, they energy and they spun. Like I could see when someone's special, and I always keep the special ones close. I keep throwing them opportunities. I try to cultivate them and water they plants where I can. And them the ones that just like you deserve this. Like. I like to show people early what's capable and what's possible because it changes how they walk around life.
Oh, yeah.
Like you walk, when I was younger, I didn't know how much I could be, how big I could be, and that altered my confidence. You feel me? I didn't have the confidence I needed to really go make something happen because I just didn't know. I didn't get poured into in that way. So with them, it's like some of them under 10 and they on live TV. Imagine how you feel when you go back to school.
That perception
The bully who used to
changes
fuck with you
everything.
can't tell you nothing no
Nothing.
more.
Yeah.
He might be a fan now. You feel me? Like it changes everything for you, your entire experience.
It does. My daughter, when we saw you, because we watch America's Got Talent, my daughter saw those kids that you were doing, and like she was like, the fact that you had the kids on there dancing, my daughter loves to dance. And so I can only imagine what it's doing for those kids. My daughter saw that and was thinking like, oh, kids are dancing on TV. And so you taking a kid and doing that is definitely showing, everything is guidance and preparation. And so what you're doing for those kids is amazing. I didn't know it was, I don't know why I thought it was kids from your local community.
It is. The Bay is my local
There,
community.
yeah, right. You're right.
I'm from the Bay.
And that's so awesome too, because I feel like nowadays, for some reason, when we're growing up, and I think it's like different ages and different in different communities and everything, but somewhere along the way when you're growing up, people are telling you, like when you're young, people say, you could be the president, you could be an astronaut, you could be this and that.
No, the fuck they don't. It depends on where you grow.
Yeah, that's true.
Nigga, nobody told me I could be the president.
Yeah, you
No,
put that belief in yourself.
It depends on where you are. You might get that, but sometimes you get reality. It's not people walking around. It depends on where you at.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's how you get cultivated. But I wasn't told I could be no damn president and shit. You feel me? Like that's things you find out as you age. It's like, wow, this is possible. I could do this.
Yeah, and so what I was getting at with that is like you putting these kids on stage and showing them you can be this, showing them, look at I'm from the same area as you. Like you were showing earlier, I started from right here at my house, still doing it at my house, and you can do all this, and you laying that blueprint for them is really cool. When you were younger, what was one of the artists that you saw doing it that made you seem like you'd be able to do it yourself?
None. I didn't think I could do it because I seen artists doing it. Like even when I was younger, like watching 106 and shit, I thought that all of them were like movie stars. Like I've never watched an action movie and been like, I could be Neo in the Matrix, And that's how I was with music. I've never seen a music video and was like, I could be Nelly, I could be Snoop Dogg. Like I remember I used to watch Up in Smoke Tour a lot with my mom. And that was one of the first things that made me like, damn, I want to rap, like this would be cool. But none of them ever made me be like, I could do this shit because this person did it and I'm going to be like that. Like, I didn't think that was a real thing. I thought they were like movie stars. You feel me?
It was kind of out of your
Thought
reach.
it was
You
like a
felt
fairy tale type
Like wrestlers.
thing. Yeah.
And
Like
then
it was
you grow
scripted.
and you're like, wrestling's fake. It's
yeah.
like,
So
you feel me? Like you don't I didn't put two and two together. Like this is a real human that did this, and they became this. I just thought that's
thought
what
he
it
was
was. They were
placed. You thought
John
he was
Cena.
like picked up and placed there. You know what I mean?
Now at this point though, with this realization, and I know we're making the assumption that a lot of your inspiration for who you are, is based on Bay Area rappers. And
But none of that
celebrities.
is true at all.
So I want to ask you, because something built this heart that you have. Who would you say you can give now as an adult? You look back. Who do you think, if anybody, could you pay homage to for helping structure that heart that you have?
The character and the mindset that you have, because your character and your mindset, brother, just from talking to you, I mean, it's very powerful. And I could see that your mindset and your character and your demeanor, your decisions have definitely carved your, to the position that you're in right now.
A lot of people contributed to the human I got to become, and different people added sprinkles to the pot. Starting with my mom and dad, my uncles, everybody I've encountered has really. I take what makes sense and I leave the rest. So everybody, if you meet anyone who's been around me in my journey, you'll be like, I see where he got that. I've learned to take pieces that I needed from everyone. So I don't think there's one particular person. Like I really, everybody poured into me.
The village, say it takes
The
a
village,
you know
you
what
feel
I'm
me?
saying? Yeah.
Everybody from the village drink from the well.
There, amen.
And would you say you're still continuing to learn more stuff as you're like you just met Jay-Z and started chopping it? I'm sure I know for a fact you learned a bunch of game from him.
I'm sure you're picking his
All the people you come across, T-Pain, Lil Jon. What was it like working with Lil Jon in this last project?
Man, same. They all pour into me in different ways. Like John, it was really dope working with Lil Jon because my entire journey I've been like a hyper independent artist. Like I don't take much critique in the studio and all that shit. Like I do my thing. I write my verses, I rap my songs, and we going live, like I've never, cause I started with YouTube beats. So, or in my bedroom, I never had other people collaborating with me on music. So I was a really, really like imagine playing 5-on-5 basketball, but you used to playing 1-on-1. It's like, I didn't pass and shit. It's like, nigga, this how I play. You feel me? And with John, really Pilo started it. Pilo was one of the first ones that was like, hey, try this, do this. And I take his advice and, but so much. And then with John, it was like, nah, nigga, scrap that verse, redo it, and it's like, what you mean? And having to adjust and be like, okay, he coaching. Let me be a player.
Yeah.
Let me listen to the coach.
Yeah, hell yeah. That was a really good album.
Yeah.
too,
So how'd you end up getting that link up with Lil Jon? Did he reach out to you or anything, or?
Years ago, me and John had got connected years ago because he was out here doing the studio sessions and shit. But I didn't get to pull up. But he was like, man, we like what you're doing. We had a mutual connection, and we kind of locked each other in. But we never met, we never talked. It was just like, hey, if you want to pull up, but I never got to. And then as the journey was going, we was in LA one day, and me and Splash was talking, and I was like, man, I don't know what I need to do next. Like, I'm just like in the spot, like, what should we go next? And I remember I had just seen this interview clip of E40, and he was like, he was in the same position, coming out of independent. He like, where I'm gonna go next? And he said he prayed, and the voice was like, call Lil Jon. And I thought that was hella funny. I'm like, man, what? That's wild. And I was like, I'm gonna call Lil Jon. I hit Lil Jon. I was like, yo, I'm in LA. I would love to work. We end up in the studio the next day.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
Since he asked about Lil Jon, I gotta ask, because to this day, my favorite collaboration is you and Snoop Dogg. How did you and Snoop Dogg come along?
Similar. Snoop just hit me one day on Instagram
really?
and was like, hey, nephew, like, I fuck with what you doing. I want to get some in. And I remember the day we ended up linking, I was supposed to be flying out of LA. He had a song for me. He was working on his album. And I was supposed to be flying out. Literally within 2 hours, I was heading to the airport. And I told the team, and he like, man, cancel that flight. Pull up on me. Nigga, we moved that flight immediately.
And if I remember
tell you to
correctly,
cancel it.
I remember when you guys posted the studio sesh, you dropped that in one verse, right?
Yep. Yep.
That was
Yep.
a dope track too. That was really, really dope. I thought that was. I remember when I seen that, I was like, "Dang, got on there with Snoop, the triple OG." You know what I mean?
We were just in Long Beach last weekend.
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
invited to a car show out there
Fire.
to shoot some lowrider stuff. So we were in Long Beach. It's beautiful out there,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Shout out Long Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how does that feel when you're getting messages from Snoop and these guys like, hey, I fuck with you, like how does that make you feel? Like that's
You
the
gotta
OG
do like
right
a double
there.
take. Like,
I still trip you out sometimes. Or you
Of
getting
course,
used to it?
of course. I'm still a fan. You know, I'm still a fan of hip hop. I'm still a fan of this culture. I'm still a fan of everything it's done for me and all the people I seen when I was a kid. I've been watching Snoop since I was a kid. Like I say, Up in Smoke was one of the first things I seen that had me like, I'm gonna be a rapper. You know, like that's still in me. When I meet them and Jazzy Faye and Busta and T-Pain, like that's my first reaction is I'm a kid and I'm a fan. That never goes away. I'll never be too big or have too much ego to show how I really feel. And that should mean a lot to me with all them.
That's dope, man.
Is there any artists you haven't worked with yet that you'd maybe like to?
Charlie Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't hesitate.
Charlie
Really?
Wilson.
OG.
That's the one we waiting on.
Have
Kirk
you-
Franklin too.
Oh,
Charlie
yeah,
Wilson
okay,
and Kirk
okay.
Franklin.
Have you already kind of thrown the
I
line
haven't
out there?
talked to Charlie at all, but I've been throwing the line in all the interviews, and I know how the universe works. So it's
Yeah.
pretty soon somebody
It's
gonna get
gonna
back to
happen.
me.
Yeah,
but Kirk,
well.
me and Kirk have connected, so that's gonna happen for sure.
Okay.
Are there any up and coming artists that you got an eye on that you thought of maybe reaching out to and showing them a little bit of your
Tons.
love?
I'm always posting new niggas. Tons. Like I that's a big thing to me. Like I just had Kaylin Artist a clip going right now, but I had a clip do 1 million yesterday. My dog brother King Guy, he from here. He from the turf, and he going right now because he pulled up to the show and had a moment. Like the new artists
saw
is
that.
where I really thrive because they're small enough for me to get them and use my platform to help them
Yeah.
along the journey. You know, I like to be a part of that growth. I like to find something early and be like, no, we see it. We believe in it. I've flown so many artists to Vallejo on my dime. I fly them out, pay for their hotels, they lodging, do everything I got to do to make sure they know, like, hey, we believe in you. And it's dope to see them going, like Kennedy Ryan, LaRussell, man, he been to the GC boot camp. You feel me? And now he having this moment. But we find talent early and we treat them like they stars before the world do.
That's right.
Was there anybody that did that for you on your come up, like while you're coming up, that sort of lent out a hand and helped you get a little bit of a boost when you were trying to make it up?
Russ. Yeah.
Yeah.
Russ gave me my first deal and he brought me on to his show. He did Greek theater in Berkeley, like 8,500 people. He sold it out and he allowed me to open up. That was probably the first one that was really like, but you know, before Russ, Hovain took me to Charlemagne and threw me on the
really?
Breakfast Club. Not even on the rap. He was like, bro, go on the Breakfast Club. And Charlemagne was really one of the first ones to give me a big boost too. Before that, Wallow posted 2021 freestyle, and that really like changed a lot for me, changed my life.
Oh damn.
Yeah, Gilly and Wallow.
Yeah, they're
I
funny
really
as
love
hell,
what they're
man.
doing, man. They're dope out there in Philly.
Yeah. So
All right, y'all got 10 minutes.
yeah. So when making all your music and everything, you do everything right there in house. Like you guys make your beats and all that.
Everything in house.
You're-
Every now and then, though, like I work with producers. Like sometimes I get in my mode where I just want to be back on YouTube, and I'll go through YouTube and I find something dope. But then I'll connect with the producer now because I'm at a level now where I can like really reach out and blend in and get a pack. But everything is in house. Yep.
So did you have like learn a lot along the way about putting your music out there and like getting beats from YouTube and stuff like that? Like was there some things you learned on early on, like damn, I messed up by uploading it this way and doing it that way? A lot of things you just learned along the way.
I think I was like 6 songs. I was about 6 or 7 albums in. I think I had about 100 releases before I learned publishing. And I realized I did it all wrong. I had administered a bunch of pub through like TuneCore, and I did it all wrong. Like I didn't get the producers PROs and they IPI numbers. Like I didn't know. I was just releasing shit because I'm a kid. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put music out. So I was like 100 songs deep and had to go redo my entire catalog and get it right and send out splits to producers and emails and, hey, I use this beat. Here's a percentage for it. You feel me? And after that, I just started learning more and more so I could do it the right way.
So like pretty much everything's been a learning process going
Of
through.
course, of course. You come in with zero. You know nothing. You know nothing. And even if you learn a whole bunch of shit in advance, like I read a bunch of books, but you still know nothing. Like you could watch boxing on YouTube and read books about it, but get in that ring and get punched.
Yeah.
And see if any of that shit you learn matter anymore. You feel me? Like until you in there, none of it really matters. It's like he was saying with applied knowledge. And when you start applying shit, you start to learn differently. Like, oh, I did that all wrong, but you don't know until you in it.
Yep.
So for somebody just starting out, whether it be music or starting a show or any sort of avenue where they're gonna starting from scratch, and do you have any advice for somebody for beginning something brand new?
Do 100. And if you're not willing to do 100, I'm not gonna say walk away because you know it's like
It probably ain't for you.
But for me, for average Joes, most of us who are just like, we ain't got the God-given time. We had to work for ours. You got to do 100. You have to do 100. You need to make 100. So, and I'm not saying you got to publicly release and share all of it, but you have to do it. You know, I did a post that was saying like quantity over quality until you have enough quantity to make quality. And some people was like, no, because if you just putting stuff out and it's like, that's not what I'm saying. You don't have to put everything out, but you have to do it. You still have to do
gotta
it.
create.
You have to do it. No matter what. You don't have to share it, but you have to do it. And then eventually you do have to share it because there's some information and some data that you need to learn that only comes from it going into the world. You feel me? But you have to do 100. If you're not willing to do 100 songs and 100 live sessions and 100 shows and 100 music videos and 100 of songwriting, 100 beat, if you're not willing to do 100, it's gonna be rough for you. You know, that's why you really got to find something you love, because when you love it, you'll do 100 without noticing. I've played 100 pickleball games easily because I don't have to count the games when I'm out there. I just love it. I've written more songs and thrown away more songs than niggas have released in their whole catalog because I love it. I don't have to count it.
Well, LaRussell, thank you so much for having us out here, man. Thank you for
Lompoc.
Lompoc in the house. 805
baby.
to the Bay. Like you could have been doing anything right now. I know you're about to go back to you were grinding right
go back
before.
to the
I'm sure
grind,
you
you
got
know
more
what I mean?
grind to do
Yeah.
after this. Yeah, I appreciate the hospitality for you doing a small show like this. You know, you guys have been good company since we've been like.
Straight up.
Just thank you for being you and doing everything that you're doing out there. You know, you got lifelong fans in us right here. And and just seeing your guys' whole how you move and everything. Like I think today might have fueled us to keep our grind going for lifetimes. You know, and you do that for so much more people out there. I know for a fact. So. Thank you so much for this, man. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, brother. We appreciate
Hey,
it.
and I want to just end it on, and I know I might sound like a broken record to everybody else. Never would I get to meet Mac Dre, but I feel like this is the closest thing, man. If reincarnation was real, if he left the little sauce in the V, I think it fell onto you.
You hear me?
Feel me?
Yeah. So,
All right, man.
thank you everybody for tuning into the show. What is it? Something's in the water out
You hear
now.
me? Yeah.
Shout out to LaRussell. Thank you so much, man.
Gratitude.
Bye.